ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.
So now we calculated the magnetic field due to the solenoid of finite length. So for infinite length, how can you calculate the magnetic field? So for finite length, so the magnetic field is B is equals to mu naught Ni by 2. So we can consider sin theta or cos theta. If we consider cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1, or if we consider sin thetas, we can write sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. So let us say sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2 I have to consider. So what are theta 1 and theta 2? Theta 1 and theta 2 are the angles measured with vertical. And if you here these are cos thetas, then the thetas are the angles measured with the horizontal. See here. So this is the situation, it's a point P. If the angles measured with like this theta 1 and theta 2, then that is cos thetas. In this situation, if the angles measured with the vertical like this, those are sin thetas. If the angle measured with the horizontal, then here we must write cos thetas. If the angles measured with vertical, then we can write sin thetas. Anything is right. Next. So infinite length, I am considering the infinite length of the solenoid. Infinite length means, see here, this is infinite length of the solenoid. Let us say center. What is the angle at extreme end? What is the angle at this end? Just like magnetic field due to the straight rod of infinite length. Magnetic field due to the straight rod of infinite length. So that is here, in this situation, theta 1 must and theta 2 must be equal to 90 degrees. And theta 1 and theta 2 must be equal to 90 degrees, because with vertical, with the horizontal, the thetas are, what are the thetas? 180s. One is 0, another one is 180. Here, with this, it is 0 we have to write. With the horizontal, with this is we have to write infinite length. This is 180. Don't have clarity. So I am writing our formula only, cos theta, what we derived. Let us say cos theta 1, cos theta 2. Cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1, let us say. So this is of infinite length. This is of infinite length at this position from center. Infinite length, theta 1 must be measured like this. So with this small, that is infinite length. So negligible angle, let us say it is considered as 0. And theta 2 must be measured with this end, with the horizontal. And this is also infinite length here. So this angle from this position, it must be, I am considering it is 180. At this end, it is 0. At this end, I am considering it is 180, because infinite length, it is not possible. Where it ends, it is not possible. So that's why theta 1 is 0 and theta 2 is 180. So let us say theta 1 is 0 and theta 2 is equals to 180. So by substituting these values, B is equals to mu naught Ni by 2 into cos 180 minus cos 0. So B is equals to mu naught Ni by 2 minus 1 minus 1. So B is equals to minus mu naught Ni by 2 into 2 gets cancelled. Then B is equals to mu naught Ni, magnitude of magnetic field. So magnetic field due to the solenoid of infinite length. So this is for infinite length of solenoid. Infinite length of solenoid. See here. So for infinite length, B is equals to mu naught Ni by 2 cos, one angle is the 0, another angle is 180. Why it is 0? Because it is of infinite length. Infinite length means 0 that angle. It is not possible to, where it ends, we don't know, that's why it is 0. Here it is, this end, where it is ends, we don't know that. That's why this angle is 180. So cos 0 minus 1 mu naught Ni. So that is the magnetic field due to the solenoid of infinite length is mu naught Ni. Infinite length is mu naught Ni. So now at extreme ends, solenoid of extreme ends, at extreme ends, so for example at extreme ends here, at extreme ends of the solenoid, so let us say it is the finite length. So at this point I have to calculate the magnetic field. So one angle must be 90 degrees, another angle, how can you calculate another angle? 0. So let's by theta 1 is equals to 90 and theta 2 is equals to 0. So theta 2 from this point at this end, how can we calculate? So one angle is 90, another angle is 0. 90 means, see here, this end if we calculate, this angle is also 90 like that. So B can be written as mu naught Ni by 2 into cos 0 minus cos 90. So that is equals to mu naught Ni by 2 into here theta must be becomes 180 cos 180 minus cos 90, cos 180 minus 1. So that is equals to minus mu naught Ni by 2. So magnitude of the magnetic field is equals to mu naught Ni by 2 at extreme end. See here, from this position to this end, what is the magnitude? That is the length is nothing but 180 it is, and at this position the angle is 90. So one angle is 90, one angle is 90, one angle is 180. So that's why cos 180 theta 2 is 180 and theta 1 is 90. So that's why at extreme ends the magnitude of the magnetic field is mu naught Ni by 2. Extreme end, it is the infinite length at extreme end. Infinite length extreme end. This is of infinite length, where it ends we don't know. So that's why this one angle is 180, another angle is 90. So that's why. So if we draw the graph for this, so this is the magnetic field. So magnetic field at the center of the center is how much? This is mu naught Ni, center of the infinite length, center of the infinite length, mu naught Ni. So we move toward the extreme ends, so this value must be decreases and it remains constant for this. And what is this value here? Mu naught Ni by 2 and this is mu naught Ni. So this is L by 2 and this is minus L by 2, this is 0. Whatever it is, length is infinity, infinity by 2, infinity by 2, whatever it is. This is the variation of the magnetic field from center to extreme ends. At the center, the magnitude of the magnetic field is maximum, that is mu naught Ni. At extreme end, this is mu naught Ni by 2. At extreme ends, it is mu naught Ni by 2. So that's why here it is mu naught Ni by 2, it is also mu naught Ni by 2. So that's why it is mu naught Ni by 2. So this is magnetic field due to the solenoid. What is small n here? What is small n? Number of turns per unit length. Small n is the number of turns per the unit length. Let us. So just in this situation, you have to remember what is the length of the solenoid, or it is infinite length or finite length. That's you must remember. If it is infinite length, blindly you can remember the magnetic field is mu naught Ni. Mu naught Ni. At extreme end, at one end, it is mu naught Ni by 2. Blindly you can remember that. But if it is due to the finite length, then you have to remember the formula and the angles made with horizontal or vertical. That is very, very important. Whether the angles are measured with the horizontal or measured with vertical. If the angles are measured with the horizontal, then we can write cos theta 2 minus cos theta 1. If the angles measured with vertical, then we can write sin theta 2 plus sin theta 1. Next, this can also be measured with the help of Ampere's circuital law. The same we can measure with Ampere's circuital law. Magnetic field due to the solenoid of infinite length. Magnetic field due to the solenoid of infinite length can be calculated with the help of Ampere's circuital law. See here. So, let us say infinite length of the solenoid it is. So, here the direction of the current is inwards. So, the direction of the current is inwards. Here the direction of the current is outwards. online class direct students choose current joke class so like this ప్రశాంతంగా మీరు మనం కలిసి నవ్వుకోవడానికి కూడా ఛాన్స్ లేదు ఏం కరోనా bad situation. So, here the current is inwards, here the current is outwards, inwards and outwards. Now, just I am considering a small rectangular portion here like that. This is the rectangular portion. So, let us say this is the direction of the current passes through this. So, let us say it is PQRS. PQRS. But actually what is the direction of the magnetic field inside the solenoid? Direction of the magnetic field inside the solenoid, but outside the solenoid magnetic field does not exist. So, why it is? See here inside the magnetic, here the current is inwards and here the current is outwards. Thumb indicates the direction of the magnetic field. Here this is the direction of the magnetic field. So, current is passing like this. Above upper part the current is inwards, lower part the current is outwards. Upper part current is inwards, lower part current is outwards. The direction of the magnetic field is, thumb indicates the direction of the magnetic field. So, now I am considering this portion, current is passes through this. So, what is Ampere's circuital law? We know integral of BDL is equals to mu naught I. Integral of BDL equals to mu naught I. This is the Ampere's circuital law. Magnetic field associated with that column is equals to mu naught I. So, in this, so mu naught Ni, total number of turns, let us say N is the total number of turns, where okay, for general formula it is, but here it is, what is the magnetic field associated with that? Integral of BDL due to PS plus integral of BDL B bar dot DL bar due to SR plus integral of B bar dot DL bar due to R cube plus integral of B bar dot DL bar due to what is that QP or PQ. So, that is equals to integral of BDL is equals to generally mu naught Ni, total net current, mu naught Ni. So, to come to the point, integral of BDL PS. PS direction is this one. This is the direction of the current here. This is the direction of the current. So upwards. But what is the direction of the magnetic field? Like this, horizontally in this direction. Here the current in the solenoid is like this. Current in the solenoid is like this. Then the thumb indicates the direction of the magnetic field in this direction. Here the current is upwards, but the magnetic field is horizontal. So the angle between current and magnetic field is 90 degrees. So that's why this becomes 0. That's why this becomes 0. So that means this is 0. Or for example, simply write one more step. PS BDL cos 90 plus. Next SR. This is outside. SR is the outside of the SR is the outside of the solenoid. So the current passes through this portion. If any currents are outside the closed loop, Ampere circuital law, no need to consider those currents. According to Ampere circuital law, if the currents are outside the closed loop, if the currents whatever are the currents are outside the closed loop, no need to consider those currents. No need to consider those currents. That's why this is completely 0. There is no magnetic field exists due to outside currents. Next come to the BDL. Again this is also. This is the direction of the magnetic field. See here. This is the direction of the magnetic field and this is the direction of the current here. So that's why here also integral of RQ BDL cos 90 plus. Next come to the point QP. Here this is the direction of the magnetic field and this is also in this direction. The current also in this direction. That's why integral of QP BDL cos 0. So that is equals to mu naught Ni. N is the total number of turns. Cos 90 0. It is also 0. Again cos 90 0 plus integral of BDL cos 0 1. B integral of DL is equals to mu naught Ni. So from this B into integral of DL is total length, that is equals to mu naught Ni. So B is equals to mu naught Ni by L. So B is equals to mu naught N by L into I. So number of turns per unit length, that is mu naught Ni. B is equals to mu naught Ni. That is the magnetic field due to the infinite length of the solenoid. So by using Ampere circuital law also we can calculate it very easily. In the previous class we calculated the huge concept. So that is theta tan theta dx cosecant square theta d theta blah 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 like that. But by using Ampere circuital law it is very easy. So this is applicable for only solenoid of infinite length, but for finite length we must follow that concept. We don't have any other option. So that's why this is a simple set, mu naught Ni. So in any situation the direction of the magnetic field is nothing but based on current carrying conductor. If the current is like this is the direction of the magnetic field. If the current is like this is the direction of magnetic field. Everything throughout the magnetism and matter chapter, this is only this one like that. Curling of the fingers like this, curling of the fingers inwards, curling of the fingers this words, curling of the fingers this words, everything. Next, so this is magnetic field due to the solenoid with the help of Ampere's circuital law of infinite length only, not for finite length it is. And one more thing, based on this what we can conclude that? Based on this what we can conclude that magnetic field outside the solenoid must be 0. Magnetic field outside the solenoid is equals to 0. Definitely magnetic field outside the solenoid must be 0. But magnetic field inside the solenoid of infinite length solenoid of infinite length is almost uniform magnetic field exists. Almost uniform magnetic field exists. But for finite length, magnetic field is not uniform. Definitely it must varies. So that is the situation in case of solenoid. This is about complete thing about solenoid. Next come next position, toroid. Next concept is toroid. What is the toroid? We discussed about solenoid and what is toroid. So this is the solenoid of finite length and the number of turns are like this. So these are the number of turns and the wire is wound over the non-conducting material like this. This arrangement acts as solenoid. If the same solenoid is bent in the form of a circle, if the same solenoid is bent in the form of a circle, this acts as toroid. The same solenoid is bent in the form of a circle. This arrangement acts as toroid. Like this. So let us say this is the toroid. Solenoid of finite length. Solenoid of finite length bent in the form of a circle, then this one acts as toroid. Chitralahari symbol, the long before Chinnapudu Doordarshan channel vastadi Chitralahari symbol, that is toroid. Okay. So solenoid of finite length bent in the form of a solenoid of finite length bent in the form of a circle, this acts as toroid. Now what is the magnetic field associated with this toroid? What is the direction of the magnetic field in this? How can we calculate that? So here let us say here the like this, these are the circular turns, these are the circular turns. Here the current is inwards and here the current is outwards. Let us say here the current is inwards, here the current is outwards. Inwards current, outward current, inwards current like this. Some cases the current is inwards, some cases the current is outwards like that. Current is inwards, current is outwards like that. Okay. Inwards, outwards, inwards, outwards. So here then what is the direction of the magnetic field? Current is inwards and outwards, curling of the fingers, again this curling of the fingers, same situation. Curling of the fingers indicates the direction of the current, thumb indicates the direction of the magnetic field. See here, this is the curling of the fingers and this thumb. At each and every situation, this thumb indicates the direction of the magnetic field. So that means the direction of the magnetic field exists like this. At any point the tangent gives the direction of the magnetic field. At any position the tangent gives the direction of the magnetic field. At any point on the inside the tangent gives the direction of the magnetic field, because here the magnetic field also existing in the form of circular path, here like that. So now what is the magnetic field associated with this toroid? Magnetic field associated with this toroid. We can calculate the inside and outside. Magnetic field exists inside and outside. So first, magnetic field inside the toroid. What is the magnetic field exists inside the toroid? Magnetic field exists inside the toroid. So inside, what is the current passing inside the toroid here? What is the current passing inside the toroid? According to the Ampere circuital law, we know integral of BDL is equals to mu naught I. Integral BDL equals to mu naught I. So B integral of DL is equals to mu naught I. B integral of DL is equals to mu naught I. So this is the magnetic field. But what is the current exist inside the solenoid in this region, inside region? What is the current? So here I inside, according to Ampere circuital law, integral of BDL is equals to mu naught I net. What is I net in the sense? Current enclosed in the closed surface. So in this closed surface, what is the current? 0. Inside the toroid, current inside the toroid is equals to 0. Therefore, B integral of DL is equals to mu naught into 0. So therefore, B is equals to 0. So that means magnetic field does not exist inside this. Magnetic field does not exist inside this toroid. But outside also. So the current existing in this region only. So the current existing in this region only. Inside current does not exist. Outside also current does not exist. If there is no current, magnetic field is 0. No current, no magnetic field. So that is the situation. So that means the magnetic field exists only in between these two circles. So this here, the magnetic field exists only between these two in this region only. Outside this region, magnetic field does not exist. Inside this region, magnetic field does not exist. So that is very, very important here. So the magnetic field exists only in this region only. So what is the magnetic field in that region? So now we have to calculate that. What is acts as the toroid? The solenoid of finite length. Solenoid of finite length bent in the form of a circle acts as a toroid. So here solenoid of finite length, solenoid of a finite length bent in the form of circle, then it acts as toroid. Solenoid of finite length bent in the form of circle that acts as toroid like this. So what is the magnetic field associated with the toroid? So here, so magnetic field associated with this toroid. So according to Ampere circuital law, so from Ampere circuital law, so integral of BDL is equals to mu naught I. Integral of BDL is equals to mu naught I. So B into integral of DL is equals to mu naught, let us say Ni, where N is, what is it? Number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. So B into integral of DL is, length of the circle is 2 pi r. So r is nothing but mean radius it is. We have to consider the mean radius. This is the radius. So that is equals to mu naught Ni. So B is equals to mu naught Ni by 2 pi r. mu naught Ni by 2 pi r. This is the magnetic field associated with the toroid. Simple thing it is. So, this is about toroid, that means inside and outside the magnetic field does not exist. So, this is about toroid and this is the magnetic field. So, direction of the magnetic field is like this, or if the current is like this is the direction of the magnetic field. Depending on the direction of the current, magnetic field also changes. Let us do problems, torque acting on a current carrying loop. Where is this solenoid toroid? Simple two formulas given. Page number 200. Only formulas mentioned, but we discussed 1.5 hour topic. Examples. Yes, we have 3 examples here. Let us do these 3 examples here. Page number 200. In your material, page number 200. A solenoid of length 8 centimeters has 100 turns in it. A solenoid of length 8 centimeters has 100 turns in it. If the radius of the coil is 3 centimeters and if it is carrying a current of 2 amperes, find the magnetic induction at a point 4 centimeters from the end on the axis of the solenoid. Axis of the solenoid. See here. The solenoid has a length of 8 centimeters. Let us say this is 8 centimeters length. Now we have to calculate the magnetic field at this. So the length is, this is 4 centimeters and this one is 3. So this is 4 and this is 5. This is 3 given as 3 centimeters. This becomes 5. So in both sides same, at same distance. So this is 4 and the radius is given as 3, this becomes 5. With vertical we can calculate, or with horizontal also we can calculate, no problem, no doubt. So now, magnetic field can be written as mu naught Ni by 2 into sin theta 1 plus sin theta 2. So let us say theta 1 and theta 2. So what is that? So let us say this is theta 1 and this is theta 2. So same angles. So angles made with vertical here we are calculating. So sin theta 1 is equals to opposite side by hypotenuse, and in the same way sin theta 2 is equals to 4 by 5. So B is equals to mu naught can be written as 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 number of turns per unit length. So 100 turns in the length of 8 centimeters. Small length is N is number of turns per unit length. Number of turns per unit length. So N is equals to 100 is given. So 100 into current passes through is, what is the current here? 2 amperes. So divided by 2 into sin theta. So 2 into 4 by 5. So that is the magnetic field. This 2 gets cancelled. 5 20s, 22s are 40, 44s are 160. 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 into 160, like that. So that means 16 4s are 64. 64 pi into 10 to the power of minus 6. Magnetic field unit is Tesla. or 10 to the power of minus 6 is considered as micro Tesla. Next example. A toroid of non-ferromagnetic has a core of inner radius 25 centimeter and the core of outer radius is 26 centimeters. It has 3500 turns carrying a current of 11 amperes. Then find the magnetic field at a point. The internal cavity of the toroid at the midpoint of the windings and the point at a distance 30 centimeters from the center of the toroid. Midpoint of the windings. First condition, definitely B inside must be 0, no doubt about that. And inner radius R1 is given as how much? 25 centimeters. And outer radius R2 is equals to 26. Inner radius is 25, outer radius is 26. Now calculate the first internal cavity of the toroid 0 at the midpoint of the windings. Midpoint of the windings means mean radius is R1 plus R2 by 2. So 25 plus 26 by 2. So that is 51 by 2 centimeters 10 power minus 2. So B is equals to mu naught Ni by 2 pi R. So mu naught is 4 pi into 10 to the power of minus 7 into number of tons. How many? 3500 tons. So 3500 tons into 3500 into I current passes through is 11 amperes divided by, so 2 pi R. R is 51 into 10 to the power of minus 2 divided by 2. 2 pi 2 is 2 comes to the 4 into 10 power minus 7 into 3500 into 11 by 51 into 10 power minus 2. So that is the situation. Next, based on this, what is the third point is at a distance 30 centimeters from the center. 30 centimeters means inner radius is 25, outer radius 26. 30 centimeters means outside the toroid. Outside the toroid, magnetic field is 0 again. Next problem. A solenoid of 2 meters long and 3 centimeters diameter has 5 layers of windings of 500 turns per meter length in each layer and carries a current of 5 amperes. Find the intensity of magnetic field at the center of the intensity of the magnetic field at the centroid. Intensity of the magnetic field. B is equals to general formula mu naught Ni. Mu naught is so, but according to the solution is not correct. The given question is find the intensity of the magnetic field. Intensity of the magnetic field is B only. Intensity of the magnetizing field means H. So maybe the question printing is intensity of the magnetizing field means then He, that is equals to B by mu naught. So B by mu naught means mu naught Ni by mu naught. Mu naught cancel, that is Ni. N is the number of turns, I is the current carrying, like this simply. But it is according to the question, it is intensity of the magnetizing field he has to mention. Intensity of the magnetizing field. So we can do all the problems based on this solenoid and toroid. So okay, that's the end of this chapter, moving charges and magnetism.
ఇంటర్మీడియట్ విద్యారంగంలో అగ్రగామి మన ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్ ఎడ్యుకేషన్ ఇన్స్టిట్యూషన్. ఐఐటి జేఈఈ అయినా నీట్ అయినా తిరుగులేని విద్యా సంస్థ ఎన్ఎస్ఆర్ ఇంపల్స్.